Yeah.
Oh man, this place is a mess. It really is. Been working over here on getting my test bench back. I don't remember the last time I actually showed what was going on in here. And I've taken a bunch of stuff down on this wall, and I'm trying to get this practical where it's working again. As I scan, I'm trying to get everything back together in here in my main office area. But the point of this video is this. This is an LG 50 PZ9 50, and a buddy of mine that I know brought it by to see if I could take a look at it, because it powers on and the screen gets bright, but you don't get nothing after that, which sounds like maybe a capacitor or something simple. So I'm gonna take the back off and see what happens, and hopefully we figure it out. Alright, so I have looked up nothing beforehand on this television. It's missing a screw here, which concerns me. I don't know if it's been taken apart before. It's pretty dusty. But we'll go around and take off these screws to get to the back side of everything, and hopefully we can find something pretty simple as the culprit. I did tell him there was no guarantee that I could even fix this television. It's been a little while since I've filmed myself doing any kind of repair or troubleshooting, so I thought I'd bring you along for the ride. I'm trying to get back kind of to the roots of the channel and see how that goes. But we'll get all the screws out the back, and then we'll check back in with you.
DJ Toucan in the mix 2005. Here's another Mafia song. This one's for the crew.
Duffy, hey show.
We got it off. Alright, so when you plug the power in, first place it goes is to this board here. So what I'm looking for is any type of capacitors or anything that stands out as being blown out of place or dark. Brought a flashlight with me so I can kind of check. Fuses are also something that could stand out, quite possibly. So far I don't see anything that stands 100% out. The inputs seem to be alright. I'll show you what I see. Alright, so at this point I have taken the X board, the Y board, and the power board off. Checked the back to make sure there wasn't any broken solder joints or anything. I've used my own meter to test all of the fuses on it, and so far, I mean, everything checks out. I'm not exactly sure. Now, there was a video on YouTube that had another LG plasma TV that on the X board it did have broken solder joints where the fuse was, but this one does not have a fuse on the X board, so I'm kind of stuck in an idea with that. But I took it off. I didn't see anything wrong with it. The MOSFETs are fine. So what I think I'm going to do now is, now that I've taken everything apart and I've resituated everything, retightened everything down, checked all the ribbon cables and everything, I think I'm going to plug it back up and see what happens, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so here's the power. I plugged it in. It's plugged into over there. And let's see if I can do this on camera. If we take the TV itself carefully, yeah, more carefully than that. If you look here, there's a red light for the power. And if we hit the power, it clicks on, turns blue. You can see where the screen lights up. And the screen stays with light. It just, from there you don't get any kind of picture. If you press any volume buttons or anything, it shows that it registers, but you get absolutely nothing on the screen. So, I mean, it's got to be one of those boards altogether have failed, or something's going on. And what I can think of is it's just beyond the tools that I have in my troubleshooting capacity. So, yeah. Alright, so I'm honestly not sure where to take it from here. I think I'm a little bit above out of my league with this one. I mean, without being able to find possibly a Y board and an X board to be able to swap it out and test it with, I mean, I really don't know what to go for. I mean, I've got enough time to keep looking into this. We'll probably do a little bit more research on it and see if I can come up with another thing to test, and see if there's something else that maybe pops in my mind, or something else that I can come across. Because it's just weird, because like the screen stays, but I just don't have anything. But the last video that I watched showed that there was a fuse somewhere over here on it was a different model, but there was one over there. There's not one on there at all. So, all right, I'll come back when I know something.
She's the best dance girl. She's the best dance girl. She used to be mine. She's so fine. My best friend's girlfriend. 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 My best friend's girlfriend.
I got the record player working like a champ. So, yeah, I got these speakers right here. I had to change out the driver in this Mission speaker, but I used one that came out of a B&W. I think it's an LH1. I can't remember the model number, but they're little bookshelf speakers themselves. It wasn't an exact match, but I was able to get it configured and screwed in, and it actually sounds pretty good. I actually think I have another one. See, I had two B&W speakers that I blew the tweeters out of when I had it connected in the back room of the house, and one of these drivers were messed up in these set of bookshelves, so I brought it home to try to fix it, and it didn't work out too well. So I ended up replacing the driver in this one. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do the other one so they got the same sound signature, and I think that would be cool. And I'm just kind of taking a relaxed day today and going through, and I'm ready to get this area cleaned back up. Now, like a dumbass, Mom has in the car, and I'll probably end up showing you later, but I do have a little small monitor arm that I'm going to attach to this TV. This is going to be the test TV from now on. Like, testing computers, game systems, and all that kind of stuff on it. I'm going to keep quick disconnects on it so I can plug anything that I need to in. But I'm going to raise it up and have it where I can kind of pull it out and around, and if I do need to get to the back of it, it'll be pretty easy. And then we're going to take the G-Sync monitor that I got and put with this system over the corner for right now. Now, I do eventually want to find somewhere else to put this system, so it can be a dedicated gaming system with the G-Sync monitor and this setup, but I just don't have anywhere in the house right now to put it. But just to have to, like, you know, screw around with the G-Sync monitor and stuff like that, because it's the only other computer that's got a G-Sync graphics card. The only reason I won't put it on my NVIDIA, the only reason I don't want to put that on my main rig is because I've got it's set up with the triple monitors, and I like having my ultra wide monitor as my main monitor. And for you to be able to use G-Sync, it's got to be set up as your main monitor. And that's not the main monitor I want, because for editing and stuff, I love the real estate of the 21:9 aspect ratio of the ultra wide. And I'm not going to compromise on that. So I figured that the G-Sync monitor that I fixed will just go straight to this. It's got a 970 in it, which should be fine for that. I mean, it's still it's a little bit older now, but it's still a capable card. Excuse me. And so yeah, so I got to figure out exactly how I'm going to set everything up over here to where it's going to be, for one, aesthetically pleasing. For two, it's going to have as much usefulness as it can for when I'm using my test bench. And I'm trying to find a way to record this record player in one of the shops, because it's I wouldn't mind it being in this one, because this is the one that I consider more my office, my Dragon Ball, and then my workstation shed. And I don't know, I kind of see myself wanting to listen to music like this more in this atmosphere than like if I'm in the other one where people come in and out and everything. But I'm having a hard time figuring out exactly like where to set the record player, and how to set it up and everything. So I'm sure I'll figure something out. I always do, and I will be back with a recap or a update very, very soon. What's up? It's a couple days later. I'm gonna put this in with the rest of this stuff. When it comes to that LG TV, unfortunately, I'm just not able to work on it. I'm not able to fix that. It's beyond what I can do without being able to afford the parts for it. I looked up some more parts. I think it is the Y board or that other side piece, one of the two, and they actually suggest that if you're going to replace one, to go ahead and replace the other one. So I'm going to get in touch with my friend and let him know that that's just beyond what I could do. All the fuses checked right. I mean, obviously you saw what I was doing. So, but if you look around, that's a little faster than I thought. If you notice, some of the clutter is gone. Let's start over here. We actually have my workbench back. Now these are the consoles that I am still working on. And yes, it is kind of hot today, and it's been one of those days. And I got my fan reinstalled, so I apologize if you can hear that real loud on the microphone, but it's necessary, or else I'd look like a sweaty fat bastard. But what we have here is, this is my i7 system, and the G-Sync monitor that I got needs to go with this one because it has an NVIDIA graphics card. And I've got it. I still got to do some more work on it, but I want to do some more videos on this. Now, I did do a video of my initial impression, but since now that it's mine and I got more time, I do want to see what this thing is capable of. But I got it hooked up here in the corner so that I can look up stuff and do what I need to. Now, I got this TV mounted up here on the wall. That way I can use it to test and work on things. I can use it as a computer monitor to test computers. I can use it for game systems. I can hook anything I want to up, and I got everything going through this little amp here with these speakers. So I do believe that I had a video, or if this goes in the right order, you'll see where I was messing around with the speakers and I explained some of that. So anyhow, up here I got my Dragon Ball Super figures put up on this wall. I cleaned up the desk area. I still got a little bit of clutter here where I've got to go through and figure out what I'm going to do with some of these older things. I got to test these hard drives out. But I did get my record player hooked into my system, which is really nice. And then of course over here's normal stuff, computers I got to work on. But right here is the most important thing. Now this used to be in the house, And you could kind of see it in the background of the video earlier, but what I did was I brought my bookshelf out here so that I could actually use it and utilize it and get my books out here, because there's nothing more important than knowledge. Read a book every 6 years and you will be smarter every 6 years. My boy Ty knows. But at the bottom down here we got gaming magazines, and well, that's about it. I think some like Wizard magazines, some comic magazines from back in the day. Some of those gaming magazines go all the way back to like 1992, which is probably older than most of the people that actually watch my videos. Then through here we got game manuals and guides and stuff like that. Some books of mine with some yearbooks and everything, and some more books. And then I got my manga stuff here, and then I put a couple of the extra figures from where I had to take the figures down to the wall here, because I had them all going across, as you remember from my older videos. And I just kind of stuck them up here, and this gives me a little bit of space to store stuff whenever I need to. And then there's some storage up at the top. I got to go through and clean this stuff up again, but yeah. But from a perspective-wise, I'm able to utilize the shop again, and it makes me happy. I do have a mess on my hands down here with all these computer parts and stuff, but that'll have to be another day. I need to organize everything with motherboards and everything. Probably end up putting them in some plastic bins or something. I gotta test everything out again, but I'm tired, and I just don't want to mess with it. I don't expect to jump into anything like that anytime soon. I got some other things that I want to work on. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with the progress, and at least it's usable again, and that's where my main stress level was coming from. So now I've gotten both shops where I can actually utilize and use them for what I need again. I can get to my main editing rig, and I can get back to work. So I'm not exactly positive how much of what parts of the little bit of stuff I've been filming lately is going to make it into this update vlog video or whatnot, but I think I'll end up with this one. So have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next one.